Did you know that almost 60% of all cancer cases are found in people who are 66 years old or older? That's what the American Cancer Society reports. Older adults face not only a higher chance of getting cancer, they also have a greater risk of missing the early symptoms. These warning signs can be quiet, confusing, or mistaken for normal changes that come with age. But here's what's truly alarming. By the time symptoms become hard to ignore, it's often very late. The National Cancer Institute shows that the survival rate for cancers found in the beginning stages is above 80%. But for cancers found late, that number can drop to 20% or even lower, depending on the kind of cancer. That's a huge difference. The reason is simple. When cancer is caught early, it's often in one place and can be treated. But as it spreads, the choices for treatment become fewer. That's why spotting it early can mean the difference between a full recovery and a much more serious outcome. That's the purpose of this video, to help you recognize 8 early signs of cancer that people over 61 should never dismiss. These aren't the obvious warning signs most people expect. These are quiet, sneaky changes that can slip by, sometimes until it's too late. We'll go through the list from number 8 down to number 1, which is the most dangerous and frequently overlooked symptom. And stay tuned to the end, because we'll also talk about 3 everyday foods, proven by research, that can lower your risk of cancer. Before we dive in, please let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And if you find this helpful, remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more information you can trust. Let's begin with number 8, heartburn that just won't go away. Everyone deals with heartburn once in a while, especially after eating a heavy or spicy meal. But if you're past 61 and struggling with heartburn that keeps coming back, especially if it interrupts your sleep or makes eating uncomfortable, it could be more serious than you think. Chronic acid reflux like this might be an early warning sign of cancer in the esophagus or stomach. Many older adults figure it's just indigestion or part of getting older, but the danger is that when acid travels up the throat often, it can cause a long-term irritation known as Barrett's esophagus. This makes your chances of cancer go up over time. It might feel like a mild burn behind your chest bone or a sour taste in your mouth. As the weeks and months go by, it can become more frequent and tougher to manage. You might also notice some food getting stuck when you swallow, waking up with a sore throat or hoarse voice, or needing antacid tablets every day just to feel normal. If cancer is part of the picture, the lining of your esophagus or stomach starts to change on a tiny cellular level. This irritation doesn't stop even if you start eating more carefully. Doctors often use a test called endoscopy, sending a tiny camera through the throat to check for unusual tissue. So, if you've had heartburn for more than a month and it doesn't get better with changes in your diet or the help of medication, don't brush it off. It could be your digestive system asking for attention. Number 7 is eye discomfort or sudden changes in your vision. This one may surprise you. Most people don't connect eye pain with something as serious as cancer, which is why it's often missed. Older adults who suddenly notice their eyes hurting, or have changes like persistent blurriness or floaters that won't go away, might actually be seeing early hints of cancer. Sometimes cancer in the eye itself, such as ocular melanoma, or cancers from other places like the lungs or breast that have traveled to the eye. These cancers can affect the retina, optic nerve, or the tissues around the eye. At first, the changes might be small. Maybe you notice flashes of light, a hazy spot, or one eye losing sharpness while the other seems unchanged. Some even feel a dull, constant ache behind the eye, or a pressure like a sinus headache that lingers. Unlike usual age-related vision changes, symptoms from cancer may get worse over time or stick around, and they're often missed at your regular eye appointment. If cancer spreads to the eye, people may have double vision or trouble seeing at night. Your eye doctor might use a special scan or ultrasound to look at the deeper parts of your eye. But if these symptoms are ignored for too long, the damage can't always be undone, and it can even become life-threatening if the cancer moves elsewhere. If your eyes start sending repeated warning signals, make sure to listen. Number 6 is any new or odd change in your stool. It's not fun to talk about, but your body's waste can tell you a lot about your health, especially when it comes to cancer. Most people think changes like constipation, diarrhea, or strange-looking stool are caused by something they ate or drank. That's common, but if the changes last for weeks at a time, it could signal early cancer in the colon, pancreas, or liver. Watch closely for stool that's suddenly pale or clay-colored. That might mean there's a blockage, possibly from a tumor in the liver or pancreas. Very dark or tar-like stools could be from bleeding higher up in your digestive tract. Stools that stay thin, almost like ribbons, can happen when a mass presses against the colon wall. Many sort these changes into minor stomach issues, but if your bathroom habits change a lot and then stay changed, you need to take it seriously. Extra bloating, feeling as if you urgently need to go but can't, or the sensation that you haven't fully finished after going, these might all point to something affecting your intestines. Your stool can be an early sign that something's wrong inside your body. Don't ignore a message that might mean more than just an upset stomach. Number 5, skin that looks or feels different all of a sudden. As the years go by, our skin naturally becomes less smooth, a bit thinner, and more likely to bruise. But what many people don't realize is that cancer sometimes begins with skin changes that are easy to overlook. If parts of your skin get rough, discolored, or irritated for no clear reason, it may not just be the aging process. It could be an early sign of skin cancer, or even a sign that something deeper is affecting your immune system. Some people notice a spot that stays itchy and doesn't get better with creams. Others find a patch that's red or inflamed like a rash, or skin that's turned yellowish, which sometimes means liver trouble. There's a rare but very noticeable change called acanthosis nigricans, when the folds of your skin, especially on the neck or underarms, turn thicker, darker, and almost velvety. This can point to changes in the stomach or even issues with blood sugar. You might also find cuts heal slower than they used to, or develop bruises for no clear reason, which can be a sign of blood-related cancers like leukemia. The important thing is to watch for new or ongoing skin changes, especially in places that see little sunlight. If your skin starts acting oddly and doesn't get better on its own, your doctor might suggest a simple skin test or blood work to check for causes. Number 4 is unexplained night sweats. Waking up soaked with sweat, even though your room is cool and you use light covers, isn't just uncomfortable. It can be a sign of something serious. Often, night sweats get blamed on menopause, bad dreams, or just a warm bedroom. But sometimes they are an early symptom of cancers like lymphoma or leukemia. When you have cancer-related night sweats, they're usually heavy, drenching, and come often, even if you don't have a fever or feel sick. You might find your pajamas soaked, or even need to change your sheets in the middle of the night. These sweats are set off by signals from cancer cells that upset your body's temperature control, especially during sleep. At times, they come with a low fever, unexplained tiredness, or slight weight loss, but they can also happen on their own. The danger lies in how easy it is to brush off. People think it's hormone changes, stress, or their medicine. If you're not sick, haven't changed anything in your routine, and still wake up covered in sweat for more than a week or so, talk to your doctor. Blood tests or scans might be suggested to look for causes that aren't obvious. When night sweats are from cancer, fanning yourself or using lighter blankets won't make it stop. It's your body's way of warning you that something on the inside isn't right. Number 3, ongoing bone pain without a clear reason. Some back pain here, an achy shoulder there. Everyone expects a few aches as they grow older. But if you are living with pain that doesn't seem to fade or gets worse over time, it might be something much deeper. Cancer can cause pain in sneaky ways, sometimes not even near where the cancer itself is growing. For example, a tumor in the pancreas might cause lasting pain in the back, and prostate cancer can make your hips or thighs ache. If cancer spreads to your bones, you might feel a deep and continual pain in the joints or bones. What makes this kind of pain different is how long it lasts and how it slowly increases. It often doesn't respond well to regular pain medicine and can get worse at night or as time goes on. Some people say it feels like a dull ache that's more than typical arthritis, or it might be sharp even while resting, moving around from place to place. That's because as cancer grows, it can press on nerves, bones, or soft tissue, causing damage from inside. If you're nursing a sore area for weeks and it's not going away, even after rest or trying over-the-counter meds, that's a reason to see the doctor. X-rays or MRIs may help rule out other problems, but sometimes a bone scan or special PT scan is needed to spot cancers that hide on regular tests. Don't accept pain as just part of aging if it seems different from what you've felt before. Number 2, changes in your nails or fingertips. It might seem strange, but fingernails and toenails can offer important warnings about your health. Clubbing, where the ends of your fingers get rounder and the nails curve down, is sometimes one of the first signs of cancers in the lungs or digestive system. This happens when there's less oxygen in the blood over a period of time, causing the soft tissue under the nails to change. You may notice the nails feel soft, look shiny, or become tender to the touch. Another clue can be the sudden appearance of dark lines running up and down the nails. This can point to a rare kind of skin cancer known as subungual melanoma. Nails can also get very brittle or develop ridges and dents you haven't seen before. Many older people believe these changes are just normal with age or due to missing vitamins. But if the changes happen quickly or show up on just one finger or toe, it's time to look deeper. Most people don't think much of nail changes unless they get hurt, but if these changes show up suddenly and stick around, doctors may order blood tests or chest scans to find the source. It may seem like a little detail, but sometimes a small change can be the most important clue. Number 1. A general feeling that something just isn't right. This is the quietest, and possibly the most important, warning sign of cancer. Many older adults don't develop dramatic symptoms right away. Instead, they may talk about having a strange feeling of being off, or not quite themselves. It's hard to put into words, and even harder for doctors to diagnose, which is why it's often missed. You might notice tiredness that doesn't go away, a foggy mind, or feeling that everyday tasks take more energy than usual. Some people describe it as a sense of unease or being unsteady, even when everything else looks normal. Your body can react to signals that cancer cells send out, which can change your immune system or how your nerves work. Other people notice mild symptoms that don't leave, like a sore throat that sticks around, chills that come and go, or small fevers for no known reason. What matters is how long these feelings last. If you simply don't feel well in a way that's hard to describe, and it goes on for weeks, it's worth getting checked out. Doctors might do a broad set of blood work or imaging to look for hidden problems. Sometimes it'll be nothing serious. But There are lots of cases where people found cancer early because they paid attention to that quiet sense that things weren't normal. You know yourself better than anyone else. Always trust your instincts. So, those are the 8 subtle signs of cancer that should never be ignored. Now, let's look at something hopeful. 3 common foods that research shows can help lower your risk of cancer. Number 1 is broccoli. This simple green vegetable has been studied more than almost any other for its cancer-fighting properties. The reason it's so effective is a natural chemical called sulforaphane, which has been shown to calm inflammation and guard your cells from DNA damage, one of the first steps in cancer. In one well-known study from the National Cancer Institute, researchers followed 50,000 men for over 10 years and discovered that those who ate at least 1 serving of broccoli or other cruciferous vegetables each day had a 32% lower risk of certain aggressive prostate cancers than those who rarely ate them. Sulforaphane helps your body make detoxification enzymes in your liver and blocks some of the systems that cancer cells depend on to grow. To keep the nutrients strong, it's best to lightly cook broccoli, like by steaming it for about 3 minutes. This keeps more of the good stuff in than boiling. Try adding broccoli to your meals a few times each week. Your body will thank you. Number 2 on the list, tomatoes. These familiar red fruits, often found in sauces or salads, are packed with lycopene, a natural coloring that also protects against some cancers, especially lung and prostate cancer. A large study in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute found that men eating tomato products more than 10 times weekly had a 35% lower chance of getting prostate cancer versus men who had them rarely. Lycopene is a strong antioxidant, meaning it helps guard cells from the damage that can lead to cancer. Here's something interesting. Your body absorbs more lycopene when tomatoes are cooked, so sauces or roasted tomatoes count too. Just remember to skip those brands packed with extra sugar or preservatives. And number 3, berries, especially blueberries and raspberries. These little fruits are loaded with natural compounds like anthocyanins, ellagic acid, and vitamin C, all of which help protect your cells and reduce swelling in your body. In one study shared in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, rats fed a diet high in berries had 58% less risk of certain tumors compared to those on ordinary food. While that's an animal study, work with people also finds that regular berry eaters have less inflammation and lower levels of cell stress. The fiber in berries also feeds your helpful gut bacteria, helping the immune system watch for cells growing in strange ways. Whether you put them in your morning oatmeal, blend them in a smoothie, or just eat them plain, berries are a delicious and powerful addition to your daily diet. In closing, cancer doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through subtle, quiet changes that are easily missed. The key is noticing these signs and acting early. If you're over 61, paying close attention to your body might be the most important thing you can do for your health. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you or anyone you care about noticed these signs and brushed them off at first? Which of the 3 foods do you already enjoy or plan to start adding to your meals? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. We always appreciate hearing from you, and thank you for watching.